That being said, we'd like to kick off our PechaKucha presentations with one of ICON's very own steering committee members, Jill Steiner. Jill joined the ICON steering committee in 2019 as our events chair, and we are very thankful for all the work that she's put in this year on behalf of ICON, from our aldermanic forum all the way through tonight. Jill is the Director of Personnel and Facility Services for the Springfield YMCA, an organization which, if LinkedIn is to be believed, she's been at for nearly 20 years. She also volunteers with the city's Disability Commission and the Springfield Junior League. Please welcome Jill.
So LinkedIn is correct, but actually I've been at the YMCA of Springfield since 1986, so a long time. This presentation will highlight the components of healthy neighborhoods and the strengths of neighborhood focus in city planning. The public health outcomes are achieved by focusing on smart growth. This is achieved through cooperation by the city, park districts, the county, and businesses with smart growth strategies. All contributors bring health to neighborhoods. So let me share the 8 components of smart growth. One of the components is physical activity, design and features that support exercise and activity. It invites residents to be outside and to feel safe doing so. Access to nutritious and local food from a neighborhood perspective. This is when it is nearby and affordable to all income levels. It is the balance of convenience like dining and stop and goes with a full-service grocery with a corporate view of buying and supporting local. Food deserts are defined as low-income census tracts with low access to healthy food, meaning that residents are more than 1 mile away. Air quality is our next smart growth component. Fuel alternatives, fuel efficiency, increased use of public transportation. From CWLP and power diversification to public health advocacy for things like vaping, to legislation to limit pollutants, to as basic as decreasing the number of heavy trucks in our neighborhood for weekly garbage collection. Traffic safety and smart growth is a combined effort to share the road and make travel safer for all. This includes pedestrians, bikes, buses, arterial roads, and maintaining infrastructure. And enhanced signals that serve both the driver and the pedestrian. It's about traffic flow, traffic speed, and traffic patterns. Everywhere there's a traffic signal, there should be signals and markings to guide those not in vehicles. Noise level is our next focus. From trains and garbage trucks, yard equipment, music, and TV, all of these contribute. If you must raise your voice to speak at someone at arm's length, the noise is likely at hazardous levels. 85 decibels or less is best, and if you're not sure, yep, there's an app for that. Water and water quality is the one thing for which all healthy life depends. While you can debate all day on how we secure the supplies needed for the future Hunter Lake or no Hunter Lake at all, the answer is we still must protect the water supply we have from pollutants and cement a plan that does not give us just enough or adequate, but ample. With climate change, this should be a priority. Mental health is a smart growth component, but think of it as well-being. The general agreement is well-being includes the presence of positive emotions and moods, the absence of negative emotions, satisfaction of life, fulfillment, and positive functioning. We need to expand our approach to mental health to include housing, food, jobs, education, and safety supported by advocacy and being an ally in these areas. Finally, social capital. This refers to connections between individuals, social networks and norms of reciprocity and trustworthiness that arise. The term social capital emphasizes not just warm and cuddly feelings, but a wide variety of quite specific benefits that flow from trust, reciprocity, information, and cooperation. Right now you might be thinking this really is a vision, perhaps a dream, or maybe just too much Susie Sunshine. But let's look at these concepts from a neighborhood level, from the items we can observe and measure. So let's focus on the building blocks, including access, green space, business, housing, age groups, and health. Let's look at my neighborhood, the Oaks neighborhood. Established in the 60s, it can check most of the boxes that I will share. It serves as a model for what exists and could be replicated purposefully so that all neighborhoods have the benefit of my neighborhood. Planned or by chance, I don't know, but as it becomes an older neighborhood, we must plan for its next evolution. It cannot be by chance. Let's consider the transmodal component or sharing the road. The Oaks neighborhood has wide streets that are laid out in a combination of curves and squares. More sidewalks have been added recently. We have access to major arterial roads and a bus route. The interstate can be reached with ease. You can bike, walk, and drive in relative safely. On our wish list, sidewalks throughout. Now add green space, with Schlitt Park, a school, playground, and most houses with yards and fronts and backs. The curved streets slow people down, maybe get them confused and lost, which we kind of like, because it keeps the area from being used as a cut-through. Our wish, the ability to add markers to the street to identify walk routes and distances, to connect neighbors and create a pride of place. It may surprise you to know the mix of retail within our neighborhood boundary. It includes industrial, retail, dining, banking, personal services, and automotive. The perimeter roads support businesses in a wider range. Tie this to our neighborhood walkability score of 54, and Oaks neighborhood ranks 11th in the city with access to services. Oaks neighborhood has mixed houses, rental, duplexes, condo, apartments, single-family homes, group homes, starter homes, and upscale homes. Not only do these all coexist, but they're scattered throughout. The benefits of mixed income living includes poverty alleviation, increased property values, an increased tolerance for diversity for all residents of all incomes, and improved housing quality, services, and neighborhood conditions for lower income residents. One of the foundations of healthy neighborhood is a mix of ages families. Within Oaks, we have you covered practically from birth to death, with a daycare center and retirement home literally across the street from each other. It is common that we come together to clear storm drains and snow and greet each other daily. Within our boundaries, you will find doctors, church, a school, both public and private, a daycare and senior care, each with the social and medical supports associated with them. Step just beyond our boundaries for medical supplies and a trained pharmacist. The fire department has a station close by, and we have an active neighborhood police officer. For employment, you can find any number of jobs from service to IT. The Oaks is one neighborhood where all the components of smart growth can be seen. It works and could and should be duplicated in other neighborhoods. I believe the biggest barrier is the imbalance of beliefs against data by our decision makers. What I've shared tonight are concepts that are supported by data. Springfield is not that special. If it works in other cities, it can work here. So how? Earlier I shared the walkability score. This came from simply entering my address into a website. Memorial offers an interactive database with local health results. My vision is to have an interactive map where we give each component of healthy neighborhood a score and overlay that on a city map depicting neighborhoods. Lowest scoring neighborhoods can get help first, not by ward, but by need. The city has a comprehensive plan. Within that plan, there will be a path and mechanisms for neighborhoods to advocate for their growth, balanced with also being inclusive. Let's start by uplifting and empowering neighborhoods and neighborhood associations to work with city leaders within the comprehensive plan. Let's rebuild social capital through trust, reciprocity, information, and cooperation. Thank you.